me every time I've started one of these lessons. I've always had Access open, so I just thought I'd show you this one time. Here are my databases for the class I've been playing with. You can always just double-click on the file that you want to open, and like anything else, Microsoft will figure out from the file extension which piece of software is associated with that, and then go from there. As you saw, I had the little announcement there that I was getting ready to open something, and it had some security risks, so I went ahead and told it to go ahead and do that. Now, what we're going to do this time is we're going to create an employees table, and we're going to create a departments table. An employees table is going to look quite similar to the doctor table, so let me just open that up real quickly. You can also use the patient table, doesn't matter which one. I just want to show you a shortcut. I have, for pedagogical reasons, for reasons of instruction, been making you do these from scratch. But I just want to show you something real quickly. So let's remind ourselves what we have in here. So we have some names, some addresses, some dates of birth. And one of the things I want to do is to create an employee table. Now, one way I can do that, what I've done here, let me bring that back. Now, you'll notice nothing's open at this point. Although if something was open, it wouldn't matter. And by clicking over here in this area, notice I've got it set to all tables. I can also change the view, by the way, to, what is it, object type, which would be tables and then forms. But I use table-related views, so if everything related with the patient table would show up under patient, everything related to doctor would show up under doctor, everything related to visit would show up here. That'll become more important later. Alright, so anyway, I'm going to start off here with my employees. And I right-clicked. Let me do that again. Notice I'm here. This is highlighted. Actually, I don't even have to go over it. I can right-click there and it'll do it. But right-click, and that brings up copy, which is pretty cool. And I'm going to hit paste. Now, notice it says copy of doctor. Now, I don't want the data. I want the structure. The structure would be the fields, the relationships of those fields, and things like that. And I'm going to call it employee. And now I have brand new employee table, which I'm going to open up. You'll notice right now there's nothing in there. I'm going to change it to design view because there's some things that I don't want to change, not the least of which is this has nothing to do with physicians. It has everything to do with employee. So I'm going to highlight that, hit Control-C, and then come down here, and you'll notice by double-clicking, I know you can't see that. What I'm doing is I'm double-clicking on the doc part of it, and because the underscore is letting me select just the doc, and I'm hitting all of those. Now this stuff here, all of these fields here I don't need, and I'm going to delete those. And what I did was I highlighted them, and then I pressed the delete key. If you try to right-click, you'll notice it'll still give you a cut, but it'll only let you do one at a time that way. Now, some of these, for instance, salutation, remember I put a default value of doctor in there. I want to take that out because now I don't know who's going to be the default. I think I had one in city for Bowling Green. Yep. State was Kentucky. Zip code was 42101. Phone, that's fine. Date of birth we'll leave alone. There's a couple other things you'd want on employees. For example, one of the things we haven't done yet is make that a text field. Make that a text field. Let's put a mask on that. And for the most part, I just want you to use your imagination on this. When you think about it, I mean, what do you want these to look like? Alright, so and then as before, I'm just going to double click inside here, get the employee, and then I go double click doctor. I'll stick it in here. There we go. Alright, so we've created our employee table. It took us about 4 minutes to do that. I'm going to change the view here real quick, and now we can we'll put in Mr. William H. Macy, who's one of my favorite character actors, actually. And again, this is where a photo comes in real handy because you want to put in a few employees here. Leave the 555, make it 2100. I don't think I've used that. Date of birth 0505. That should have had a mask on it. Why is the mask not there? There we go. So now I have an employee. Let me change one more thing on that. We'll put a default value in there of like that. That should do it. Now I'm screwing up because I can't remember what the default value was for the other one. I'll take that. Okay. There we go. And put some employees in there. The next thing that I do is I got to create a department. There's no easy way to create a department, so I'm going to hit Create Table. Go to Design View. I'm going to call it Department. Of course, that's going to become Department ID. Auto number is fine. And then department name, leave it as text. I certainly don't need that much. Make it 30, for example. Don't need necessarily an input mask. And then this would be department name. And that's 2 fields. That's it. That's all you need there. And the reason I need the 2 fields is because in this case, all we're doing is we're creating new departments. And our departments are going to have little things like radiology, internal medicine, instead of insurance, let's call it billing. That's enough for this particular example. All right, now to go back to employee here. And remember, when you do a lookup, you always start out in the table that you're going to pull the information into. So I'm going to have, this is going to be my department ID. Now remember that in this is the primary key for this database. This is going to become a foreign key because I'm looking it up in the department database. Next, just grab them all. We're going to need them all. We're going to sort by department name. That's what it's going to look like. Next, and finish. And yes. And go back to my other view. And then if I go all the way here to the end with Mr. Macy, whoop, went too far. See here where I've got a department ID? Well, now I can assign him to a facility. I'm going to make him in facilities management. Also, notice that was a little small, so I'm going to drag that over so you can change the field sizes so everything shows. There we go. And that's really all there is to creating the department and the employee table. They're kind of freestanding. One of the requirements is to go back and do a link between department and physician. You do it exactly the same way. Just open up Doctor, View, go down here. You could actually put department in almost anywhere you wanted to, but I'm going to put it here at the end. Actually, you know what? I'll show you how to insert one. So let's insert it here. So I'm going to insert a row. That was a right click. Insert row is all I did. and I'm going to put it right here. This is a lookup. Next, department, grab them all. Next, sort by department. Next, there they are. Finish. Yes. View. Notice department is here now. And just to make everything easy, I'm just going to make everybody internal medicine, except for, we'll make Jennifer radiology. And that's really all there is to that. And again, just to point out that you don't have to hit enter after any of these. I'm going to save all these layouts here real quick. And I'll just show you that. Notice I haven't done file, save as, anything like that. I hit close. You saw that little thing there flicker. That's an index that's open while your ACTS database is open. So I'm completely out of access at this point, and I'm just going to open it up again. Remember, security alerts and any weird content. And there they are. They're all there. And just to show you that the ID is still there, the department, there it is. And again, you can still click on that and then drill down in between all of these to go find the different patient schedules and things like that. And that concludes this particular lesson on